What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. We are going to be back with another live divisions game, maybe two, depending on how well or how bad it goes. Before we get into the episode properly, I guess, first of all, just want to say massive congratulations to Gorilla for winning the FIWC. Outstanding performance from him today. He just destroyed the competition throughout the weekend. It's just amazing performance. So well done to Gorilla on being the FIWC champion. And when I watch people play FIFA at that level, honestly, it just makes me want to play FIFA. It makes me want to play more, play better, be better. So today we're going to try and play a solid game of FIFA. This is the team we are going to be using. I am going to have to get some of these Premier League boys onto the bench. Somebody said in the last video that I can use Morata in a second Premier League team, which I actually can. Because he's Spanish, he'll be real easy to link into the into another team, you know. So that's a smart idea. We've obviously got like the full Arsenal setup here on the bench. We've got a few players out of contract. But other than that, our team's looking pretty good. Obviously, this is our second team here with the Calcio A players, which is what we're going to use in here today. Dybala Muriel. Muriel is just amazing, man. 5'10", 4-star, 4-star, great stats. Very happy with his performance so far. We are back up to 11,800 coins. Of course, we bought Laurent Koscielny last episode. Wasn't these promo packs finishing soon? No. So the Jumbo Bronze promo packs are therefore good. We're pretty damn close now to being able to afford another big Arsenal player, big upgrade for an Arsenal player. You know, perhaps a Santi Cazorla, or definitely we could go and get Granit Xhaka. But there's no point me getting those until Dele Alli's loan runs out. You know, so we may improve today this Calcio A squad. And what I could start on improving with is maybe a better left back. We could go and get Alexandro, or we could go and get a better centre back instead of Bastos or Tonelli, or maybe we could get both. Manolas and Sandro would be two brilliant additions. Last time I remember looking at his price, but you never know. You know, I think Sandro is around 8,000 coins. Last time I looked, he was around that value, so he's a little bit less than that. But yeah, it does look like he will be around that sort of 8,000 mark. 7.4k there. I will take it. 7,400 coins for Alexandro. So we can pop him in the team now. And that's a big addition to the squad, obviously. Mario Rui can now get listed up on the transfer list. We bought him for 900. We'll start him at 850. See what we can get back for him. And I might be able to afford as well. Oh well, somebody or something sold. I might be able to afford Manolas as well, which would be fantastic. Can we get him? Yes, we can. Oh man, that's brilliant. So yeah, we're going to be able to afford Manolas quite comfortably. It looks like he might be around 3,000 coins. That's really good for a player of Manolas's quality. Okay, maybe 4,200. If there's one with a shadow here, that would be ideal. I don't want basic. I'd rather pay an extra 300 or 400 coins for a centre back with shadow. Let's see how much. I'll go up to like 5k with shadow, I think. We'll see. Hopefully there'll be one for a bit cheaper. I'll take that, you know. 5,400 coins, I know, but that's only like 1,000 coins more than what Manolas is worth, and we know shadow cards are obviously super expensive. So we'll take Manolas with the shadow chem style, because otherwise I was going to buy Manolas and then I'd have to buy the shadow chem style. So we might as well buy this one. We'll pop him in there instead of Bastos. Tonelli is a very good card, so we'll list Bastos on the market. We bought him for 750, which is great. It's an absolute bargain. And now we've only got 46 coins left, guys, but we've really improved this Calcio A squad. We've done some good things on that. I like this team now. You know, yeah, we need to improve this midfield a little bit next. Parolo's alright in there. Biglia's not bad in there actually either, just because he's got medium-high work rates. Wouldn't mind getting rid of Sosa and Tonelli next up. The attack is pretty solid. This is the team that we're going to play with. Let's go into the game and start reading through. Oh yeah, let's have a look what's sold. Start reading through some of the comments. So it was actually Mario Rui that sold. So actually I made profit on him. I wonder if Napoli players are worth something for some reason and I could have got rid of him for a little bit more. Never mind if that was the case. The first comment is from Shazzy. Says, "Hi Nep, I'm really enjoying the PS4 Road to Glory. I'm happy to hear that. Says, I appreciate the great content you're providing us. I wanted to ask you, have you pre-ordered FIFA 18? If yes, what edition? Keep up the great work. Can't wait for the FIFA 18 PS4 Road to Glory. I haven't pre-ordered it yet, dude. No. I don't know if I will. I'll probably buy it the day before, just so I can download it and have it ready for when it gets released. That's probably that. So I know Xbox will get the game about 3 days prior to PlayStation. I will obviously initially be starting on Xbox. I don't know what I'd start with. Maybe some pack openings and some SBCs. So the Road to Glory channel is going to start 3 days later. In spite of what we said, you know, what I talked about before in that video about not being able to produce content or wanting to produce content and not wanting to produce content through Gamescom, sadly I'm literally just running out of hours. I'm not going to be able to produce probably even one extra video for whilst I'm out at Gamescom on this second channel. So the PS4 Road to Glory is most likely going to have a hiatus for a week next week. So you'll definitely get a video Friday, which is today. You'll definitely get a video Saturday, and you'll definitely get a video Sunday. Whether or not there's a video the following Monday to Sunday, it might just be you know, vlogs or Q&As with the YouTubers that I've got down there at Gamescom, or any FIFA 18 information that gets released. Maybe we'll drop some of that in. But yeah, there's just going to be a bit more of a lack. Oh, go and get that rebound. And, oh, he's just stepped over that. Yeah, there's just going to be a bit more of a lack of videos just for 1 week, you know, whilst I'm out in Germany. When I get back, we'll get straight back on the grind. And already I'm liking, you know, this RTG. I feel like we've got two pretty decent squads. Is this guy not even playing? He's not even playing. Well, what the bloody hell's the point in that? I mean, I'll take the easy 3 points. Why is he giving up playing? That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, that's where we are. It says so. JPM says build a hybrid with Morata and Muriel and James in a 4-1-2-1-2-2, and that would also work because they would both get 8 chemistry. And yeah, I don't disagree with that. That would be pretty fun. So maybe we'll put Morata in a Premier League Spanish squad because we've obviously got players like Herrera, Costa, Cazorla that we could fit him in with. Hesse from Stoke now, you know, Hesse's moved over. Bojan. We've got some good players that we could put in there with Morata. I should have put him on the bench again for this game. I don't know why this guy has just given up. It's quite frustrating that he stopped playing because I want him to play. I don't want, like, I don't mind 3 wins. I would just prefer him to now quit and save us both the time. He's literally come into this game and then just stopped playing before I'd even scored the first goal. Royman says, buckle shit, long shots involve skill. I would say that, like, this is going back to what we were talking about in yesterday's video where I said, you know, it doesn't require skill to take a long shot. There is a certain skill in understanding where the shooting mechanics are powerful. I would agree with that. And there is a certain skill into manipulating your player into the position to take the long shot. I would agree with that. But actually taking a long shot, like I lost a goal in Foot Champs. I'll remember it so well because it was so frustrating. I lost a game in Foot Champs earlier on in the year because of 2 Chris Smalling long shots from corners. Corner came in, got headed out. It fell to Chris Smalling at the edge of the box, and the guy just pressed the shoot button. Like, it's Chris Smalling, you know what I mean? Like, I apologise if you don't agree with my reasoning or my opinion, but that did not require skill from my opponent. It was luck. It was lucky that the ball fell to him. It was lucky that he managed to score a long shot, and it was even more lucky that he managed to score a long shot with a player, not just 1, 2 long shots with a player such as Chris Smalling, and one of them was a half volley from 30 yards out. Literally, it got headed out, it bounced, he hit it on the half volley with Smalling, and it just flew into the top corner. That doesn't require skill. It doesn't. It just isn't a skillful trait within this game. There's a lot of skillful things in this game. Learning the game mechanics and how to manipulate them. The left trigger, right trigger dribble. The certain passing techniques. The skill moves that are effective. When and how they're effective. And as I say, there is a certain skill involved in you know, in getting yourself into the positions to score the long shots. But there are certain long shots that are just not skillful. There's just no skill involved. Ron Jan says, Nep, I did the 89 Son when he came out. A few days later, I packed the 80. Oh, we literally answered that in the last in that video. I literally, he posted a comment in the video, and I answered it in the video that I'm reading comments from now, and he posted the same comment, even though I answered it in that video, which means he doesn't watch the videos. He literally just shows up to have his comments read, and he doesn't even know if his comments get read or not because he doesn't watch the video. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? I wish this guy would come back and play. Like what? Like, come on, bro. See, now in FIFA 18, he won't be able to do this because if he doesn't play for a certain period of time, the game will boot him out and give me the win, which I'll obviously be very happy with. Nep, when are you going to be releasing a lit diss track? Never. Hi Nep, I think that you should cash in your La Liga team and upgrade your Premier League squad with Czech and maybe man of the match Chamberlain or maybe a second Premier League team. Love your work. Keep up the good content. Been watching since FIFA 14. Yeah, but I possibly could do. Right now, I would prefer 2 teams just whilst we're going up through these divisions. I don't mind getting just 1 team when we get to the higher divisions and just using those bronze fitness cards that I've managed to accumulate. But I definitely would prefer 2 teams up through these early divisions. It just saves on fitness. It saves on contract. It allows me to just have fun with the game again because, as you can see here, like on this game, it's just particularly easy. So yeah, maybe we'll do that eventually. Where's Giroud for the Arsenal team? Yes, indeed, dude. There's a lot more Arsenal players than I thought that would be usable in this game. We could definitely get, I think an informed Giroud would be nice to put into the Arsenal team. So maybe when we've got enough coins for that, we'll do that. I'm probably just going to leave this guy to stand there now. Oh, is he going to DC? Or am I going to imagine if I disconnect? I'll be furious. Net put Perez and Morata as strikers. He would get 8 chem. Yeah, and again, so many options for Morata, and we could indeed link him with Perez. We could, as somebody else asked, you know, we could link him with Muriel and James Rodriguez. I think that would be pretty fun. Oscar Mata says, "What would you be uploading while you're at Gamescom? Is this channel and your main channel?" Oh, you'll have to wait until I'm at Gamescom, obviously, won't you? No, I'm not just going to ruin all the uploads to come, am I? Craig Caulfield says, "Hey Nep, do you think EA should reward players more for playing or competitive games? I think that this would attract a lot more players to the game and make the games you are playing worth it. I'd love to hear your opinion. Keep up the good work." Well, they are doing that. They have done that. You've got to give credit to EA where it's due, right? Obviously, the gameplay side of things is something that will always be up for debate. You know, for me, FIFA 14 was a game that was just horrible. I hated the gameplay. I hated the game. But that was a lot of people's favourite FIFA. And you're always going to have conflicting opinions on the gameplay. There are obviously some things that everyone is unanimous on, like input delay is horrific. You know, button lag can be really bad. Disconnects are bad. There's errors with like, you know, there's. Let me see if I can do it actually. There's a bug in the game. I don't know if it still exists or if it's been patched. Let me see if I can do it. There's a bug in the game that I know a lot of people exploited in previous foot champs. Whereas if you score a goal, it can be quite a. I'm gonna have to get the ball. It could be quite a destructive bug. Like there's obviously a lot of things that people agree on. But for the most part, people disagree on gameplay based on preference, right? I love this game. I think this game is great. But all I see is people complaining about this game. And the reason why I think there's been more scrutiny on this year's game than ever before is because of the competitive FIFA. But to answer your question, I think EA are focusing on people who are playing the game and on the competitive side. You've got to look at what you want from people that are playing the game. Obviously, we don't know how or if draft has changed yet. We don't know how or if division rewards have changed yet or not. But if they do change things for those 2 game modes, that will be huge for the game going forwards. If they don't, that will be a bit of a kick in the teeth to people that play those specific games. Oh, I think he's back. Is he back? He's not back. Yeah, so there's that. Let me get this ball in the back of the net with Dybala. And now I think I can run to the corner flag here. Now I can just sprint. See how I'm just holding my right trigger and my sprint button? I can literally just sprint into the corner now for around 3 real-life minutes. Which, as you can see by the look at the top left of the screen, the clock is going slowly. It's not going in normal FIFA minutes. But if you score a match winner in the 90th minute, something like that, you can then, look, all I'm doing is sprinting into the corner of the net. It will just keep ticking by. So, yeah, it's really, really time-consuming. But if you're in a tense game in Foot Champs, I thought this bug had been patched. I'm actually quite surprised it hasn't been patched yet. But if I could just keep going. And I could just keep going until the game eventually realises what's happening. Like I say, if you score like a 90th minute winner, or a 90th minute goal and you don't want to get caught, you could just sprint into the corner flag, and then as soon as your opponent kicks off, it's going to be the end of the game. And me showing this right here, a lot of people might see it as a bad thing, but I feel like this might be a really good time to show it, because not only does it exploit a bug at the end of the game where the game is no longer really relevant because FIFA 18 is so close to being around the corner, but also this bug might, like showing this bug here might be enough to have EA fix it. And I know for a fact that a lot of the people earlier on in the year, which is why I thought this bug was fixed, I know for a fact a lot of people earlier on in the year were getting top 100 by this method. They would score a goal and they would run in the corner flag. And what happens is because it lasts for 3, there you go, so I don't know how long that lasted for, about one to 2 in real life minutes. Sometimes people think that the game's broken and they just quit. You know what I mean? Like it induces people to just go, like, leave the game basically. And it's a pretty big issue. So in terms of like gameplay, there are certain things that I think is unanimously agreed on that is an error in the game. And that right there, what I just showed you guys, is a big issue in this game. I'm very, very surprised it's still in the game. I genuinely thought it was patched about 6 months ago. I guess it hasn't been. And if you do see an upturn in people doing that now because of this video, I'm not sorry, because it's like there are already people using and exploiting this bug that it needs to be seen by many for EA to take note of it. And that's one of the things that, although I am about to praise EA for many things, one of the things that I don't like about the way EA handle things is if a bug doesn't get popularized and doesn't become mainstream, they won't fix it. Only when it hits the eyes of the masses do they then turn around and say, you know, we're going to fix this, there'll be some downtime, some maintenance, etc, etc. And I don't necessarily think that's right. So if there is a small period of time, you know, 2-3 days, maybe a week, where people are starting to use this a lot more, I'm not sorry, because I think it will help to get it fixed, you know, which is obviously what we want. We want a good game. We want a good game of FIFA, some good gameplay. In terms of what EA are doing for the people that are just playing the game, not necessarily competitive, if we take out draft and divisions for a time being, what we're going to get this year coming for FIFA 18 is the daily and weekly challenges, which will reward you for playing the game. Now, I hope these are relatively decent rewards. Obviously, you don't want them to be exceptional, because it will just defeat the purpose of Ultimate Team, right? But, you know, I hope it's good rewards, like daily challenges for a 5k, a 7.5k, or a 15k pack, things like that. Weekly challenges maybe for like a 35k or a 50k pack, things like that. That sort of stuff will be good. And that rewards you for playing, because as we saw during the Foot Live event, a lot of the challenges are score 5 headers in a day, or just win 1 game, and that's both online and offline. So these challenges, you'll accumulate the targets for these challenges just by playing, whether you're winning or losing. And I think that's amazing. That is absolutely what we've been asking for over the last couple of years, which is for EA to reward the player, reward the people that are spending countless hours on your game. And that's what the daily and weekly challenges are, in my opinion. That's EA saying, hey, if you just play our game, you're going to get rewarded. Not only that, SBCs reward the people that play the game. You obviously can't afford to do them all, but if you just play the game to a normal standard, you'll generate enough coins and enough players through the items in the game to be able to complete some of the best SBCs in the game. And also now with squad battles, sure, it's offline, but you can absolutely play the game to an easy offline standard and get rewarded for it. It's time consuming, it'll probably be quite boring, it might make you a better FIFA player, but it's rewarding the people that play the game. So I think EA have done a great amount of work on FIFA. The only thing that would really tip the scales for me to make me kind of like bow down to EA's feet is if they change and restructure the rewards in divisions and in draft. I think they need a huge overhaul, specifically divisions. You know, divisions this year is worse than last year. Last year, it's exactly the same coin balances, but last year you at least got a kit for winning Division 1. This year you don't even get that kit. It's just, you just get 15,000 coins. And I don't necessarily think that's worth it. For winning, you know, 10 games at the highest level in divisions will get you 15,000 coins, but 10 games at Foot Champs, let's go to Foot Champs rewards. If you win, obviously to get Division 1 15,000 coins, you need to win 8 of the 10 games. If you win 8 of 10 games in Foot Champs, You get 3,000 coins. Is it? Wait, 8 is silver 3, isn't it? You get 10,000 coins, a premium gold players pack, which is a 25k pack, and 2 15k packs. So you get 55,000 coins worth of packs and 10,000 coins for the same win rate in FUT Champs as you do in Division 1. You literally get 4 times the value. And if you win 4 Division 1 runs, that's what, 32 wins, you get 60,000 coins for those 32 wins. Whereas in FUT Champs, you get 70,000 coins, you get 3 informs, and you get, no, sorry, you get 100,000 coins, because that's Elite 2, isn't it? You get 100,000 coins, 3 inform, and a 100k pack. So you get exponentially more value for the same amount of wins. Obviously, it's more difficult to achieve 32 wins out of 40 games in FUT Champs than it is to achieve 32 wins out of 40 games in Division 1. However, it's not that much more difficult. Even if you go and say, okay, so the average, if you won 4 games in 4 Division 1 titles in a row, you will finish Gold 1, which I think is very reasonable. You still get 2 100k packs and 50,000 coins. So you get 10,000 coins less, but you get 2 100,000 coin packs. You get 200,000 coins of value in packs. So I think they need to translate that over to divisions a little bit. I'm not asking for like huge rewards here or anything, but just give us something to go by. You know what I mean? Like give us an untradeable 15k pack for holding Division 1, an untradeable 25k pack for winning Division 1. Everyone's happy. You know, and scale it down the lower down the divisions you go. I personally think that that would be pretty damn awesome. What is my in-game camera settings? I'll show you. If I pause it, it's going to take 30 more seconds, but I'll show you. Settings. Is it in settings again? There you go. Telebroadcast, custom camera settings, 20 and 0. That's what it is. I'll tell you what though, recently, every time I play someone who has the London Stadium, I much prefer the London Stadium. It's a little bit higher naturally, so it gives you a bit more view of the pitch. So I might eventually switch to the London Stadium, but there are my camera settings. Wele's second was the best goal in my opinion. Nep, do you remember me? You responded to my comment on episode 67 of Road to Glory. No, I apologise. Also, who do you think is the best striker in the game that's under 100,000 in the BPL because they need a striker and have 102k? Dude, if you watch my Road to Glory, you'll know that that's on you. I can give you opinions on who I like in this game because of my play style, but you need to figure out what works for you because of your play style. I could say to you, for 100,000 coins, go and get an informed version of Romelu Lukaku, right? Let me go into FUTBin and have a look at how much the Lukaku cards go for. Romelu Lukaku, for 100,000 coins, you could get his 86 rated inform. That 86 inform Lukaku for 90,000 coins with a Hunter card on it will give you, let's actually have a look, will give you 95 pace, 96 shooting, 87 physical. It's an amazing card, but you might be the kind of guy that doesn't work well with tanky strikers. You might be the kind of guy that works really, really well with pacey strikers. And so for you, it might be a case of informed Jamie Vardy might be the guy that you need. You know, 140,000 coins on PlayStation, 110,000 on Xbox. I don't know what console you're on, but he might be a better suit for you. So you're going to have to just go and find strikers within your budget. Just go and use FUTBin. Literally, just go and use FUTBin. Put the budget to 100,000 coins. Pick the Premier League. Pick striker. Have a look who's there and find who works for you. Net, what if auto lunge and other huge issues are still a thing in FIFA 18? Yeah, I mean, that'd be sad. I think in FIFA 18, I think I'm going to be more productive with the way I complain, if that makes sense. This year, I did a lot of complaining and just blind complaining because I get angry at this game sometimes, right? Especially, like, I missed out at least twice on Elite... twice on Elite 2 and once on Elite 1 because of disconnects. There was one weekend where I finished on 33 wins with 3 disconnect losses, 2 of them whilst I was winning and 1 of them whilst I was tying. And I remember the weekend league vividly because one of the DCs that I got was in the 88th minute whilst I was 3-0 up. Now, if that game didn't disconnect, I would have finished Elite 1 for the second time this year. And if the other 2 games didn't disconnect, I could potentially have finished on 36 wins if I had won both of those games as well. That might have been my first and only ever week in the top 100. And when that happens, I get angry and I bitch at EA on Twitter and I bitch at EA in videos, and it doesn't resolve anything. Like, nobody responds well to negative, unproductive feedback. So I think next year, if things like auto lunge and stuff are in the game, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make videos explaining what the issue is, expressing how the issue is, how it works, why it happens, what benefits and what detriments it has to anybody's gameplay, and provide videos that have just genuine concern for the state of the game, like I did today, showing that glitch in when scoring a goal. Like, I hope EA pick that up and see that I'm not sitting here bashing them because I've lost the game because of it. I'm sitting here saying this is an issue within the game, it needs to be fixed. And I want to do a lot more of that next year. I just want to take the game to EA and say, hey, this is an issue here. I'd really appreciate it if you fix this issue. Because it's not an issue that's personable to me. It's not going to benefit my YouTube career by them fixing this. I just love this game so much that I want the best for it. Next comment is loving the vids, Nepo. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. And I got Murat on my new Road to Glory as well. Well done. So this is going to be the end of the game here, dudes. I don't know why. I can't imagine what this guy had for breakfast to want him to just go into a game and then give up immediately, which is exactly what this guy did. It was 0-0 when he gave up. It was one of the most boring 3 points I've ever picked up, but I'll take the 3 points nonetheless. Obviously the 5 goals is nice, 3 points in the bag. We only need 11 points from 8 games now to get out of this division, so should be very easy to do so. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the video for today, guys. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.